Hey guys, it's AJ. I just wanted to update you on my jar situation since I kind of have been inheriting jars from the Hillbillies family. You've seen my table before when I told you that I had 89. The first round that I did, I had 89 jars total. 71 quarts, 12 that were either pints or jelly, and I had 6 blue jars that I did not intend to use. This picture here has nothing to do with that last video that I showed you. This is the second run. Out of this run, I ended up with 62 quarts, 44 pints and jelly, 6 jars that I intend not to use, and I'll tell you why. And I still have 7 jars that are usable, but they're still in the dishwasher. And I paused that for a minute so that you wouldn't hear it. But as you could see by the picture, I'll show you one more time. I'm out of room on my table. So, this time around, I got 62 quarts, 44 jars that were pint or jelly, 6 that I'm not going to use, and 7 in the dishwasher. Totaling just what I inherited from this one amazing little thing that they had going on at the time. I ended up with 133 quart jars, 56 pint and jelly jars, 7 in the dishwasher, for a total of 196 jars. So now you know why I've been a little bit busy. There are also 12 extra jars that I'm not going to use. I showed you before in the video that I had 6 blue jars. I also found this jar, and it says Shepherd's Country Market, Mesa, Arizona. And the hillbilly actually used to live there. So I'm not going to use this jar, I'm going to save it. I figure it was probably a jelly jar or something. It's got a little man and woman on it. It's a cute little jar. So it'll be another one that goes up on my shelves. I have 5 of these jars. And these kind of look like a short fat canning jar, but I don't believe that they are. I haven't checked to see if a canning lid would fit, but they're such an off size. That's not what I'm going to use them for. I'm going to put other things in them. They all have plastic lids, save for one. One lid was cracked, so it got thrown out. But I do still have 4 of them that are good and have lids. So I'm going to keep those 2, and I'll probably put some kind of little trinket or something in it, and it'll be on my shelf eventually. The reason why I was so excited and I wanted to share all this with you, I thought when I first started canning a couple of years back that I could only can in jars that I bought. I wanted jars that I trusted, that were new. I don't know if maybe I was being snooty or what my train of thought was, but I didn't want to use old jars. I was afraid that they would crack or get ruined easier, or they wouldn't have the stability that the new jars had. And after buying my first several cases of jars to can, I got over it real quick. Canning jars range different prices. Sometimes you can find them on sale, sometimes you can't. So I'm going to go with the price of saying that a case would cost approximately $10. If that is the case, I just saved myself $163. Plus I had the 12 extra little jars that I'm going to use as decoration, trinket, and memorabilia. So $163 is a pretty big deal to me. And like I said, if I'd have bought the extra jars, we're getting really close to a savings of almost $200. I am going to take a few. What, buddy? I am going to take a few. I've got cinnamon running around at my feet. And give them to J&L Zero. Every time we go up, it seems like he sends us home with a jar of this and a jar of that. I'm sure I owe him a couple of jars. Anyway, hey, are you going to sneak in the door again? They always see you. You might as well jump on and say hi.
Hola, amigo, me llamo Alejandro Hernández.
I've got it turned away from the door. They can't hear you, you little Mexican-speaking child. He's squeaking the door again. There he is. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and take some of these jars, thanks babe, to J&L Zero when we go up, kind of share the wealth a little bit. This is something that I have that I can share with him. I can't give him money. Can't go out and buy gifts for our friends a lot of times. So this is just a little way that I can give to him without it really putting any more pressure on us right now. Like I said, Hillbilly's been out of work now for over 3 months, so things are real tight. And all I can say is thank you, YouTube, because if I hadn't come around to a prepper's way of thinking, we would be sleeping in a car and being really hungry right now. So thank you guys, because you've taught me a lot, and that kind of teaching helps us to get by with times like this. This is what I think prepping is. I'm not a doomsday prepper. I'm not waiting for a big explosion. I'm not waiting for cops to come marching down my street taking my guns. Not saying that won't happen. As a matter of fact, I'm afraid it could. But that's not what I prep for. This is the second time that the Hillbilly has been without a job in our lives that prepping has come in handy. I was just starting it, really, to get into it the first time. We owned our own business because of the economy. We live in a very small area. It went bankrupt. There again, if it wouldn't have been for prepping, we would have been hungry little people. So you guys that are out there doing videos that I watch, sometimes I don't say anything because a lot of times I'm watching with the Hillbilly and he's on his computer, so he's commented. A lot of times I don't go back in. I should sometimes, but that kind of takes more time than I have right now when I'm trying to do all stuff like this. So I hope, I'm going to shut up. I know I'm babbling, but I hope you can see my point. Watch, especially for estate sales. I've seen mason jars in Salvation Army stores. Anywhere you can get them, especially if there's a tag on them that says free, grab them, because you cannot believe the amount of money that you're going to save. Like I had mentioned before, my first batch of jars that I did this with, I got a slew of jars from my father-in-law. So I am probably, I'm going to do more of an inventory and tell you guys exactly what I have on hand as far as my jars and how many of them I've got full. I'm getting ready to can a lot of bacon and things again. These jars aren't going to go to waste. But I will update you and let you know total now what my collection is up to and what we're doing. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Like I said, I'm sorry, I know I babble a lot of times, but I thank you so much for watching, and I thank you even more for teaching. Thanks. Bye.